Robyn and Kody Brown are struggling to keep their lies straight. Undoubtedly, Sister Wives stars sometimes use the cameras to manipulate how things are seen by viewers. However, Robyn and Kody Brown struggle to keep their stories straight and accidentally catch each other in a lie. Robyn and Kody Brown's stories change. Although there have been claims that Robyn and Kody Brown are in cahoots, colluding on a gigantic diabolical plan, it can be hard to believe when they make dumb mistakes. Seemingly, there are times they twist and rewrite history for their benefit. During Sister Wives Season 19, Kody and Robyn are trying to win over the hearts of fans. While TLC has highlighted some of their more vulnerable sides, fans don't turn on a dime after many seasons of villainizing them. For instance, TLC has shown them interacting with Kody Brown Pedron's twins, having cracks in their perfect marriage, and even trying to convince Janelle Brown not to leave. Likewise, Robyn is expressing deep sadness over Meri Brown's divorce and having the perfect Christmas ripped away from her. Even so, fans aren't buying it, especially since there are times when their stories just don't add up. Robyn and Kody Brown are struggling to keep their lies straight. During one scene in particular during the October 13 episode, fans noticed some screaming contradictions. Undeniably, it doesn't help that TLC put the two statements from Kody and Robyn Brown back to back. Robyn says that Kody is really choked up about Meri Brown getting the AUB release, but Kody says he is thrilled for it to be over. On Reddit, Sister Wives fans discuss how Robyn and Kody Brown's lies are catching up with them. One user says, these two need to get their stories straight. Then, they add, Robyn is working overtime trying to make Kody look honorable in his divorce from Meri. One fan adds, I love production for the way they edited this. They knew exactly what they were doing. It's about time. They've been soft editing them forever. Fans discuss the scene. After the initial post, several Sister Wives fans gave their thoughts. Many recognized that Robyn's version of the story was completely different from Kody Brown's statements. Admittedly, Kody says, it's sad, it's heartbreaking, but I'm relieved that it is done. However, he also acts like it is mostly regrettable because of how it would affect him. For instance, he had only held out on divorce because he was afraid of Meri ruining his reputation. Her saying Kody has cried over the Meri situation and then immediately cutting to him saying, oh, I'm so relieved, just goes to show how manipulative Robyn is. She thinks it's a bad look if Kody doesn't care about his divorce with Meri, so she makes ** up to try and make him look better, but Kody immediately contradicts her lie with the truth because he truly doesn't gaffe. She does it in Kody's presence too. This is what she means when she says she speaks Kody. He says something *t, cruel or mean, and she revises his statement for him to make it sound nicer because it's easier to manipulate people when you're being nice to them. Remember when Cristin got married and he started to say something about it, and she grabbed his face and gave him an awkward kiss and was like, we are just so happy for them, and he stopped talking and immediately fell into her lead. No other wife would have gotten away with that. It would have been considered disrespectful if another wife cut him off in the middle of his sentence. But Robyn somehow gets away with it. Some people are giving Robyn and Kody Brown benefit of doubt. Since Robyn and Kody Brown's stories seem so drastically different, it makes them hard to swallow. However, some people are trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. Some believe Robyn might have seen a different version of Kody behind the scenes than he portrayed on camera. Or, he really did cry and he's just trying to pull out his, I don't care about any of them, I'm going to take my ball and go home lies so that everyone still thinks he's cool. It's kind of like the I never loved them when years of filming proved that not to be true. Someone else says they don't buy it. I could possibly see him crying over Janelle, maybe mad crying over Cristin, but Meri, I don't see that happening. Just my opinion though. Another fan points out why Kody Brown would have been crying like Robyn Brown said. They said, I don't think he was crying over Meri. I think he was crying out of frustration at how them leaving him and taking about him negatively on camera made him look bad. He's too much of a narcissist to care about anyone but himself. But I do believe he cried. He shed tears because the church leaders called him on his * to maybe. I think she's saying stuff like this in hopes Meri comes back. I also think that's why Meri clung on so long. Robyn was filling her head with hope. The Brown family had always been a puzzle to the outside world, but lately it seemed as though the pieces weren't fitting together as seamlessly as before. As the cameras rolled on ***, Robyn and Kody Brown ***, the cracks in their carefully constructed facade were starting to show. Each week, viewers tuned into Sister Wives expecting drama. But the latest season was different. The tension between the family members wasn't just about polygamy or the challenges of maintaining multiple relationships, it was about keeping their stories straight. The web of lies had become so tangled that even Robyn, who had once been the steady voice of reason in the Brown household, seemed unsure of what was true anymore. Her relationship with Kody, often portrayed as the strongest and most cohesive of all the sister wives, was under a microscope. People were noticing contradictions, and whispers began to circulate about the pair's inability to keep their stories consistent. It started with small things, conflicting statements in interviews, subtle hesitations in their once confident speeches. Kody, with his wild curls and larger-than-life personality, had always been the master of deflection. Whenever the heat got too intense, he'd charm his way out of a tricky situation with a joke or a well-placed philosophical musing about love and family. But now, even his charisma was starting to falter. In one interview, Kody boldly declared that his relationship with Robyn was unshakable, built on trust and mutual understanding. "Robyn and I are solid," he had said, gazing intently into the camera. "We've always been on the same page when it comes to this family. There's no division, no doubt. We're stronger than ever." But later, in an unguarded moment during a confession cam, Robyn let slip a different version of events. "I'm trying to be patient," she sighed, her voice soft but weary. "But there are things Kody and I aren't seeing eye to eye on. It's hard to pretend everything is fine when it's not." The contradictions piled up. Their public narrative was one of unity and unwavering faith in the plural lifestyle they had chosen, but behind the scenes, their marriage appeared to be unraveling. Fans started to dissect every moment, every glance, looking for clues as to what was really happening. Kody's once commanding presence had dimmed, and Robyn, who had been dubbed the favorite wife for years, seemed increasingly distant. Tension swirled around Robyn like a storm cloud. Her once unwavering loyalty to Kody was now peppered with uncertainty. In one episode, she was seen breaking down in tears, muttering about the weight of the expectations placed on her shoulders. "I don't know how much longer I can do this," she whispered, her face streaked with frustration. "I feel like I'm holding everything together, and I'm tired." And yet, the official line from Kody was always the same. Everything was fine. He doubled down on his insistence that their family, though unconventional, was as strong as it had ever been. But the more he pushed this narrative, the more it seemed like he was trying to convince himself, not just the audience. There were too many half-truths, too many moments where one story didn't match the other. Fans were quick to point out inconsistencies. When Robyn mentioned financial strains in passing, Kody countered with a breezy dismissal, claiming they had everything under control. But the very next week, Robyn was seen arguing with Kody about their mounting debts and how they were barely scraping by. Kody, visibly annoyed, tried to laugh it off, but the tension was palpable. Even their children were beginning to question things. The Brown kids, once sheltered from the public eye, had grown up under the intense scrutiny of reality TV. Now adults, some of them weren't afraid to call out their parents' behavior. "They're not being honest," one of Kody's older children confided in a candid moment. "I don't think even they know what the truth is anymore. It's sad, but it's like they're trapped in this story they created, and now they can't get out." Robyn, once the epitome of calm and poise, began to crack under the pressure. Her usual defenses, empathy, kindness, and a sense of duty to the family, were no longer enough to shield her from the growing discontent. In a particularly raw scene, she admitted to one of the producers that she was struggling. "I feel like I'm living in two different worlds," she confessed. "One where Kody and I are supposed to be this perfect, united front, and the other where I'm just trying to keep it all from falling apart. I'm exhausted from pretending."